So, we're not sure what we've gotten ourselves into. We've made it to, is this called the Old Town?
We're Karen and Nate, and we are currently traveling in our 96th country of Israel.
This is so great.
We spent yesterday exploring the incredible city of Tel Aviv.
I love you.
And last night, we had the opportunity to experience our first Shabbat dinner.
That was a super unique experience. I went from having to Google what Shabbat was last week to being fully immersed in Jewish tradition last night.
We had a great time, and I feel like it's something that not a lot of visitors get to experience.
It really gave us a chance to understand what the Sabbath means to the Jews and to see how they disconnect and spend time with friends and family, and it was just a really special thing to get to be a part of. It also lasted till 3 a.m. So our original plan was to catch an early train to Jerusalem this morning, but yesterday I realized that I've done a horrible job of planning this trip. It turns out that all the public transportation in this country stops running on the Sabbath, which means that from Friday at sunset to Saturday at sunset, there are no buses and no trains running in this country. So that means the only way to get around is by car, which we don't have, or by taxi.
So our plan B was to get a taxi to take us to Jerusalem early this morning, but after staying up until 3:30 a.m. and realizing it was going to cost over $200, we just decided to spend the day in Tel Aviv. We're at this super popular coffee shop getting a little work done, and tonight when the public transportation starts working again, we'll head to Jerusalem. How are you supposed to eat this?
So I'm taking a little break from work just to stretch my legs, and I've walked back down to the Levinsky market where we were yesterday, and the contrast is pretty incredible. This was the place to be yesterday when everybody was buying food and preparing for Shabbat. There were just so many people. And today, all the businesses are closed and it is super quiet. I'm pretty much the only one here. This is where we were buying flowers yesterday. Kara bought a juice from this little stand. This is where they were selling a ton of spices. They were selling nuts here. And today everything is closed up while people are resting on the Sabbath. I can literally just walk down the middle of the road. I think what's so interesting to me from an American perspective is that back in the US there's such a separation between church and state. And here religion is so ingrained in the culture that the public transportation shuts down one day every week. I'm just trying to imagine what would happen if the US tried to do something like that on a Sunday. People get bent out of shape about Chick-fil-A being closed.
All right, the sun has just set, which means that the Sabbath is officially over. But before we head to Jerusalem, we're gonna grab some dinner because it would be a shame for any meal to go to waste in Israel. Hi, we get one hummus and one shakshuka and a Coca-Cola. Who is the first best? Yeah, that's funny. We have found ourselves at a restaurant called the House of Hummus because it was the only hummus restaurant nearby that was open. They also claim to be the second best hummus in Israel. And I asked our waitress who the first one was, and she said the name of the restaurant that we went to yesterday. Abu Hassan Hummus. Okay. Thank you. The mushrooms are so juicy. We got two main dishes. The first one being hummus, which I love because in Israel, it kind of reminds me of pizza. The hummus part is always the same. Then there are always different combinations of toppings that go on top. And it seems like everywhere we go, there's a new combination that I've never had. This time we got pan-fried onions with mushrooms and parsley. And the mushroom juice is just seeping down into the hummus, giving it so much flavor. And then the crispy onions with the fresh parsley on top. And olive oil, of course. And we got shashuka, which is another super popular dish. It's pretty simple. It's just 2 poached eggs with tomato sauce and little things like onions and spices and parsley. You can eat it with pork. You can eat it with a piece of bread. You can eat it for breakfast. You can eat it for dinner. It seems like there are no rules. healthy. Plus, we got a bowl of tahini, which can just go with everything, a little plate of pickles and onions, and a salad. We didn't even know this was coming.
Public transportation's running again. We've heard the best way to get to Jerusalem is by bus, so
Picking up the bus to the bus station. 15 minutes.
All right, we just bought 2 tickets for the bus to Jerusalem, and if these are the right ones, we paid $4.50 each, which is quite a bit cheaper than the $200 taxi we were thinking about taking this morning. So we were told this bus doesn't really run on a schedule, it just kind of goes once it fills up and then another one comes, and literally as soon as the last person stepped on this bus, we were off.
And we should have an hour until we get to Jerusalem.
That was super easy. We literally made 2 quick stops and less than an hour later we're here. Bus was super nice. There were chargers. They kind of smell like a toilet even though there wasn't a toilet on the bus. That was kind of confusing. But all in all, not a bad ride. Wow.
Very, very, very.
Who are you?
Very, very.
Who are we? Kara and Nate. Thank you. Wow, we're attracting a lot of attention right now. Enjoy. Nice to meet you. Wow, lots of nice children in Jerusalem.
The bus station is nowhere near the old city, which is where we're staying. So we are taking another bus. Bus number 3.
So we're not sure what we've got ourselves into. We've made it to the old town of Jerusalem, and when I was looking online to book a place last night, there weren't a lot of affordable options available. The one thing I did find was a Jewish Orthodox hotel. I assumed it was a hotel that catered to Jewish Orthodox, but also probably accepted other people. We got on a bus, and more people piled on. There was like 14 stops. And by the end, there were probably 100 people on the bus, and I was the only male not wearing a black hat. I just feel like I'm gonna do something wrong, or like disrespectful. So we're gonna go try to check into our hotel. It kind of looks like we're at like a college, or maybe it's a place meant for pilgrim. I literally like looked at it for like 2 seconds, booked it, and I was like, it's in a great location. Sorry.
You want?
Is it a hotel?
זה לא כותל, זה ישיבה, ישיבה. תראה.
To pray.
ישיבה.
This way. Okay. That was not our hotel.
A guy walked up and was basically like, "Are you Jewish? This is for prayer." And showed us where to go.
I think we found it. He went to get somebody. It's very nice.
Ronaldo? You Ronaldo.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
We stay for 3 nights. This is perfect.
This is so cool.
They didn't speak English, so the check-in process was a little challenging, but like, we are literally 100 meters away from the Western Wall. This has to be the best deal in the entire city. Beautiful chandelier. See what kind of view we have. Some air conditioning units. Ooh. Wow. Good thing I booked one with a window. No, I think like Wait, this is so great. If you're gonna come to a place, you might as well like completely immerse yourself, and that's what we've done. This is cool. We're very ignorant to like I know some history about the Western Wall, but we're very ignorant to like customs and rituals and what's appropriate and what's not. I don't want to walk down there and see it, so I'm covering my head. Out there. That was gross. Sorry about that. Still getting over sickness. So I'm taking a little break from work to stretch my legs, and I've just come for a walk. Oh, the one time.
Sorry for me again today. Burnt me. Nate says I look like the girl on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory who ate the blue candy and turned into a blue round person and rolled away. Is that what happened in the movie? Did she float away or did she roll away? I know she like got really...
Walking, we go.
I like train.
For YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Which channel?
Kara and Nate. It's just our names.
What you
Travel. We travel.
Good. We all
Where are you from?
The United States.
And Crazy Grabs and Muffin Time Forever. Yeah.
Thank you.
You look like
Cristiano.
Yeah.
You like? Like Donald Trump.
go walking in Israel. It's very good. Very good.
We're going hiking.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, it counts if I put a baseball hat on.